Grandios, dass du heute wieder dabei bist bei einer neuen Insights-Folge. Mein Name ist Jubin Rahimi und heute geht es um den zweiten Part der Shopware Masterclass mit Katja Moritz von den Brytes. Sie hat das letzte Woche sich ausgetauscht mit mir zum Thema digitale Körpersprache und heute geht es darum, wie kann ich diese digitale Körpersprache sinnvoll verwenden im Sinne des Nutzers, im Sinne des Shop-Anbieters, um ein besseres Erlebnis zu erreichen. You talked about principles, and the structure of principles is following a specific way. Do we have got every time the same goal, or do we have these principles different goals?
We follow different goals. For example, we are trying to increase the conversion rate. So we are aiming for a conversion rate uplift with some of our messages and some of the principles. And also we are trying to increase the average order value and other smaller goals and micro KPIs that are relevant for our customers. For example, a newsletter subscription or other things they are telling us.
So you've got different goals for these specific goals. For example, higher basket. Do you have got any idea what kind of good principle is working there?
So one principle is the mental accounting. It says that you are using, if you have a certain budget, then you are only willing to spend this budget or this amount of money for a specific thing. If you want to buy a new lamp for your kitchen, then you say, okay, I will pay 50 euros for it. And then you go to a website and you check the prices. And maybe you even use the filter function. So you are telling the shop owner, my budget is 50 euros. So this is what I'm willing to spend. So if you add a lamp to your basket, which is 40 euros, then there are 10 euros left. And we are trying to increase the average order value by showing products that are 10 euros worth. So you are trying to add another product to your basket so you can stay in your budget, but you get more products for it. And if we wouldn't try to help you find a product for 10 euros, then you might just buy the lamp for 40 euros and then it's only 40 and not 50 euros you spend.
So that's pretty interesting. That means, first of all, if you have got these filter functions, free text is very helpful on that budget, right? Area, not that I'm as e-commerce owner say, okay, now 50 to 100, 100 to 250. So if I've got free text, I'm learning more. Okay, that's very interesting. And of course, yeah, to see how much is the gap. Okay, I got it. So mental budgeting is increasing my my average order value. What should I do if I want to make a better conversion rate?
So conversion rate in general, there are so many things you can do, but one, for example, is use the principle of scarcity. Show your customers that the product they are looking at is only available in a few options or just 5 times or just a few products are left. So if you show them there are only 3 left, then he has to hurry and he has to buy them before other people do. So you are forcing them to the purchase, but in a very calm way. So it's not very aggressive, but you give the customer the information and he will process it himself.
So kind of, if I go into hotels.com, they are saying not there's 1 room left, or sometimes perhaps 1 room in that category, but I also see messages like 10 people booked that hotel the last 1 hour, right?
Yes, and you can also see so many people are looking at the same room right now. So you have to hurry because others are also looking at it, and you maybe just have 3 rooms left, but there are 20 people looking at it. So.
And what do you think about? You say if 3 products are left, I can show it, but if I have got 300 on stock, should I show them? Should I show also this number or?
So that would not be the principle of scarcity, because scarcity, of course, you just show them if you have only a few left. But in some cases, it might even be a good idea because it shows how big you as a company are and how much you can offer the customer. And sometimes if you are a B2B shop, maybe then 300 are not so much. So maybe you buy 2,000 usually. So 300 can also be very low.
Okay, but it depends. So
it
if
depends.
you want to show I can deliver a lot, then I'm having a different type of buyer, right? Instead of
Yes, and you can also see it in your own data. So if you check your data and you see this product is usually bought in a box of 200, then this might be a reference on when starts scarcity. So
okay, so I think this is something what also the Shopware users can do by the business rule engine. So they have got some learners what they can really do immediately. But what goals do we have next to these two? You said also some smaller ones.
Yes, we have some micro KPIs, and we also have the goal, for example, of newsletter subscription. And what makes a newsletter interesting? It's value. So use the principle of value and show the customer what he really gets for the subscription and what he can expect. You can maybe try to hide a few things. So there's curiosity as well, and the customer wants to experience something new, and he wants to. He knows, okay, I can expect this, but there are some hidden things he doesn't know. So you can also surprise him and use the principle of curiosity.
Great. Thank you so much for the insights. What would you suggest for the guys on the screen? What should they do? What 3 steps should they do?
So the first thing you should do is collect data and analyze your website. And you should track everything you can, because everything can give you a clue on how your customers behave and why they do it. Then you can use those principles to translate those information you collected into concrete messages you send to your customer. And afterwards, you need to A/B test, because only then you can really know this is not or this is really in effect the principles and the messages have, and not just some random things that happen because it's Christmas and everyone is buying a lot more stuff.
Okay, so I think the web analytics part is easy for you guys. So you're doing it anyway. The second part was A/B test. I think some of you are using tools, but I think you can do it also by your own, changing the site and then collecting the data. But the third part, the principles and the knowledge around it, do you have got an idea where to get good knowledge about it?
So we can recommend you a book. It's called Fast Thinking and Slow Thinking, and it shows some of the principles we talked about today, and it explains why people behave in several ways and what the brain is doing during those processes. So this would be our book tip. And we are also conducting a survey right now. We are doing a study on trust elements. And if you're interested, you can just text us. And when we are done with the study, we can show you the results and you can use them for your own website. So we are studying and focusing on which trust elements should we use for which kind of customer segment.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Katja.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your time on the screen. Wenn ihr noch mehr über die Prinzipien erfahren wollt, die Katja euch heute vorgestellt hat, dann klickt unten auf den Link, gebt eure Daten ein. Wir können euch dann zum einen die Präsentation zukommen lassen und schicken. Auf der anderen Seite tretet mit uns in Kontakt. Wir haben deutlich mehr Prinzipien mittlerweile erarbeitet. Und als letztes möchte ich alle noch aufrufen, darüber auch zu diskutieren. Was sind eure Erfahrungen dazu? Und wir freuen uns auf Kommentare und Feedback.